Hey, it's Crack36, and here we are, ready for round 3, review of round 3 of a game between andrewaagamer and another guy. I'm going to put his name out there right now. Didn't check with him, but farmerboy. It's posted online, so anybody can see. So here we are. I think they're actually both doing a really good job. Andrew, though, is showing his finesse because whereas in the first 2 rounds it looked not as good for him. He's definitely, coming back from behind, I think. So, and we're going to see, I think by the end of this one, we're going to see some pretty amazing position for the axis. Okay, so he buys 6 and 2 and 3 more and 1. Continues to buy the sub, surprising me. All right. Generally speaking, I like to keep track of boots on the ground. So where it would be right here, under the players. Under the players, you have units, and this unit right here, 95 versus 110. So that to me is the big number, particularly on the Eastern Front. And let's see what happens. He's going to keep fighting that war and keep making the British buy the destroyers. So he, like I said last time, I thought that was a mistake for him to let that go, but it is a 7.5, so $2 plus the $5 bonus, $7. But he's going to lose that $6 tank. Potentially, you could lose this right here, but again, you're talking probably the Russians losing more. Okay, so he's moving into Eastern Poland. On top of, by the way, really chintzy move. Really chintzy move. I don't think he declared war. Let's look at the politics. Alright, political action. War with the Chinese. So I do not believe that he is at war with, and let's take a look all the way down here. Turn complete. And he gets 50. Nope, I was wrong. Sorry about that. Okay, so here we go. So he's moving into Eastern Poland. He's also wants to continue the battle over 125, which is interesting. He's willing to pour resources into it. It distracts the British up north. Got to keep building those. And he still has a very strong Western Germany, by the way. And then places in 113, I think it is, which is, again, kind of unusual, but, real opportunity. The only place this sub could go safely would be 125. So that is what he must be doing. And he earns $55. So again, let's take you up here real quick. Where the axis, this is the high water mark of the turn order, 178 to 121, 150 to 102, 316 to 273, 204, 284 to 1769. Okay, just make sure that didn't change. Yep, didn't change. Okay, so here we go. Let's keep going with history. What are the pretty standard buy for the Russians, and they're going to move. This is a nice move into takes out the tank, $6 lost, and gains $1 back. I suppose 7.7. Takes over the Iraq for a 2 plus the $3 spread of communism. And nothing. And then draws everyone back to the Caucasus. And then everything falls. So this is interesting. He fell back to Bryansk. He went up to Belarus. He fell back and met them again in Bryansk. Same effect, but was able to, I think, probably make sure that this was not producing, and in this late stage of turn 4. Oh, wait. No, this is turn 3. This is round 3. So, anyway, so there you go. Okay. So, the real turn down here, bottom right, that we're working toward is Japan 4. Okay, so let me get over here. We'll get us off to the Russians, which ends with $36. So that's nice, full. And they also have a good force and a more. Not moving on that. Russian sub is convoying Norway. Cool. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go down to the Japanese and look at this. So only 4 infantry built. Now, 4 infantry is barely going to keep up with the Chinese purchase. I think it actually falls behind. And then 3 ships. So America builds more than 3, which it can. It's going to actually keep up with the Japanese. But he is all about making sure he's keeping up his advantage. Okay, he's moving into the Money Islands and successfully moves into Shan State. And it's pretty deep penetration right now into China, though the important Yunnan is not taken. And let's take a look. Non-coms. He's going to protect the 42, the Java. And he's got to, right? I mean, he's got to protect. This is interesting, too. He's got to protect the 35. So he is able, or he believes himself able, to $62 as the Japanese. So he is able to believe that he can defend himself with no blockers, against that force. So that is frustrating to me. So interesting that he's pretty confident there. Yeah, pieces wise. Okay, so yeah, that's frustrating to me that we would have such a powerful force. On the other hand, I would like to say that for the advantage, he's 54 is pinning something, right? I mean, if we chose Philippines as the recapture or 42 as the recapture, there's quite a bit of pinning going on where these ships kind of need to stay there, because if they go there, he's gonna snipe them. We've got 1, 2, 3 different transports. 1 more on the way. All right, let's keep going. America purchases, and look at that. Okay, so we are going to keep up with the Japanese, but if we add these, the Japanese didn't need to buy planes because they already have lots of planes. So with the purchase of the planes, there is parity being achieved, surely. Okay, let's see what he does. And it's mostly positional. Morocco, not the interior. Morocco, 91. There's an American plane in what did I just see? Egypt, or is it going to be? Yeah, let's see, Egypt or bomber. The blocker. He does believe in a blocker, because even with the troops, he's going to put a blocker up. Okay, and it is not so much about moving forward at this point in time. Okay, let's take a look. He's got $73. So that's a frustration always for the American player, that they can't outdistance the Axis by much. Obviously they could if they took over the neutrals, but how do you make more money? So right here is a pretty skimpy investment in the Atlantic, but there's already a pretty good sized investment right here. 4 transports. couple planes, and then in addition to that, there's a plane up there, and it's kind of letting the British do their thing. And with the airbase being able to control the situation, he added a plane here. I'm assuming that plane is going on. No bomber went there. Where's the bomber? Interesting that the bomber I don't think was used in combat. Okay, let's take a look at 54. Okay, so he did not leave the blocker, so he is ready for the fight. Okay, well, I respect that. And if he did pull the fight off, then there would obviously be consequences to that. There would be, in other words, second wave. That plane right there, as well as the sub, as well as the people at Pearl. All right, so major investment, I would say, into the Pacific. All right, let's keep going. Okay, he does buy some artillery, and he's going to push in the Quang Sea. Again, Yunnan is in good shape. It is now threatened, though, by Shan State and French Indochina. You don't usually see a threat from that way. But Burma is empty, and India has got a good number of people. All right, let's keep going. Okay, and he is just going to add troops to Yunnan. Okay, so let's see what he purchased for the. Let's see what the Chinese got actually. Was it 11? 10. 10. Okay, so why 10? It should be 16 at least. There it is, 16. Okay, so that's a good amount for the Chinese, and he added more to the Eurasia than the Japanese did. All right, so let's keep going. The British, what do? They're going to buy 4. So if we added up all the individuals that are added to the ocean, that's 2 more for the ocean. The Germans added 1. Now we're adding 2 plus 1 if there's a aircraft carrier available or air bases. And of course 2 to Eurasia. And so with the 4 that were added over here, and I believe it was 8 added over here, the Allies are adding more to Eurasia than the Axis is. All right, we're going to wipe that out, and that battle will continue, won't it? Okay, so right panel, we're watching the right panel. He's going to put that bomber into yeah, so there's no way getting Lend-Lease because he is fully into China, Russia. And let's take a look. Okay, and that is how much money? 6. And noise coming in, $30. It's a little low, honestly. So no bonuses for original territory. And why is that? I don't know. Not sure. Okay, so let's keep going there. Let's review. So a small investment in the Yunnan because it's really under control, and even turn 3 right now. He's been collecting that income for a good bit, and so I'm happy. Kind of happy. I mean, if he attacked, obviously there would be no Japanese ground forces in any area in the south except for out of the factory, and those in Kwangtung. So that would be. I'm skeptical that he's going to attack that, but he could. No anti-aircraft there. That's interesting. I certainly would have put an anti-aircraft there, but yeah, obviously he's trying to protect. Plus, a lot of these planes could not reach. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that one doesn't reach. No, it does. Those reach the 6, but those don't. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, so planes out of Philippines will not reach, but the planes off of Java would. But still, and not a lot of transports. 2 transports if they still remain alive. So India looks good. Middle East is kind of nice reserve, nice layers, I think is what I would say. Caucasus is awesome. What do you do with that? Even he has shallow penetration. We already have British in there. Interesting. Finally, the Navy moves to 81. I thought it should have moved there last turn. And we have, Egypt's going nowhere, and forces are moving to Transjordan toward Russia. The Italians are content to be holed up in British Somaliland. That's the $5, and the British are fine with letting them have it. And then we have, just a little bit of progress. Again, I would have pushed back into Tunisia, but a little bit of progress by the armor. But other than that, Morocco is just building up there in 92, as well as building up. Nope, no build up. It's gone. They're all in 92 now. Okay, so that's a great position for, you look at something like this, and you go, kind of a little bit, I have a sense of blah, 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 blah. In other words, I can't see the excellence, or I can't see the difference between my strategy and his. I do see that he's moved it from 92 to 110, discouraging Sea Lion, and, throwing his weight around and gathering his force. He dropped that aircraft carrier last turn because he was in 110. So this is interesting, the 92 to 110, and busting up the $5 for Italy, obviously. But what else can we say about this? It's almost like this is the D-Day prep. He is happy with Morocco. He's happy with 92 to 110 or 91. He's happy with the airbase, which is fully staffed, I believe. Yep. And there's another one coming there, and there's 2 more subs coming there. So interesting. And then look over here. Again, hard to distinguish between excellent play and all that. These ships, obviously, I could be thinking they were going into the Baltics or Greece. The Balkans or Greece. Northern Italy's wide open, could reduce that factory at a cost of 1 transport. I'm not sure what the long-term scheme is, but he's in the right place, and so I'm trying to see this, and I'm amazed at the security of these forces, the security of India, the security of Yunnan. I mean, there's no question he has control over the Med, he has control over North Africa, he has control over the Middle East and Southeast and India. And so those, and he has don't think there's a question he has control over 54. Or we could even say over, we could say it's complete control over Hawaii. So very impressive. He has control over Eastern Russia. Does he have control over Berlin? A little too hard to say right now. I think so. I mean, I think he's certainly in a good spot for turn 3. So I can't fault him anywhere, but I also am not. It looks like a slow cooker approach. Okay, let's take a look at Italy. Italy buys 2 planes. Oh, I'm sorry, 1 plane. 4 infantry. That's a lot of money, by the way. So that's $22. So, and he's going to bust open, do some can opening. And he's got reserve tanks to do. More can opening. He's going to support the force in Libya and throw away those 2 transports. Interesting, right? And keep the force. He's valuing Southern Europe over Northern Italy. That's also interesting, especially with the 4 transports and what I think is, I'm not sure how many transports. 3. No, I don't know how many transports or not. 1 British transport. All right, let's go down, and he's gonna collect $18. Now that's a lot. Now I do want to let you know that I'm brilliant as Andrew is. This is obviously robbing the Germans of some money. I mean, we have 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, $8 that could be in German hands. So technically, Germany could be up by pretty easily by $8 here, putting him at 63. Just be aware of that. But he's doing obviously a great job with beefing up Italy. All right, so then let's finish it off with the. He's going to attack, take that transport out, but it's just a pretty modest attack, right? And he's going to drop. Okay, what did he collect? Collected 10 IPCs. Is that true? No. 15. All right, let's just take a look at Anzac. So again, this very modest, just moving 2 troops there. His Anzac force here was lost. I thought he had planes. Nope, the planes are all right here. And if we were to take this territory, we would see that I can't really see it. But plenty of warships. An impressive warship with a stout defense. And he combined everything. Nope. So, stout defense. And the ability to attack, right? Potentially you could attack both places. No aircraft carrier here, interestingly. It's operating off a U.S. carrier. Okay, so positionally, a great position, right? I mean, I have always thought it was terrible positionally because the Malayan force, the Japanese Malayan force in 37 can strike both 54 and 39. But it usually can't do both, right? So obviously with the stout defense of India, with the stout, this is going nowhere. I don't think anytime soon, and nor can these ships go anywhere. So we do have a bit of an arms race and positionally a lock. I think, could be wrong. Interesting that he did not choose to put up a blocker. So he has got to be doing the math and thinking, oh, this is either going to turn out well for me, or the damaged forces could be swept away by these, or they would so demolish the Navy that these would be inadequate for the defense of Japan. Who knows? Let's just check this out. And the French do this. Oh, the French put him back in. Huh. All right. Okay, so that's the. I'm trying. Like I said, I'm trying to see spectacular strategies. Like, for instance, he must be doing battle calcs that require these 2 to be in here, because obviously, pretty easily moving back here. These are. And then where is the ultimate destination of this? I assumed it was China, but I don't know. It could be Russia itself. So I'm interested to see what his plan is. He's certainly put himself into some great positions. In fact, the weakest position on the map is the British Isles, for sure. That is a ballsy deprivation of the homeland. All right, Crockett 36, that is my analysis of turn 3 of Farmer Boy versus andrewaagamer.